I'm a bit of a math nerd. Am I good at math? God, no. I barely pass geometry, but I do find it very interesting. I mean, all I really do is play Pokemon, and let's be real, that's just math for colors. But when I was playing Rogue Lineage, I noticed my inventory was really full. And I know some of you have had inventories just like this. So this got me thinking, how far could you push this? How full could you possibly make your inventory? Keep in mind, this is all theoretical and would take a very long time to fill your inventory as much as possible. Let's set some ground rules first though. The only thing we care about when doing this is if something actually takes up an inventory slot, and it's something a normal player can actually achieve. So no Greater Navran and no Jester Edict. No one can actually get those. And since we only care about filling up the inventory, that means no snaps, passives, silver, or anything stored outside of the inventory will be counted. Other than that, everything is fair game. Now let's start with the general build of our character. Every race has different racial abilities, either passives or actives. Most have at least one active skill, except for Cameo, Castellan, and Azael. Every other race has at least 1 or 2 active skills, except for Metascroom. Metascroom has 3 active skills in Repair, Decompose, and Exhaust. This makes Metascroom the best race for what we're doing. Now, class-wise, going into this, I thought Illusionist would be the best. But it turns out it's Necromancer. Super Necromancer has 4 active skills with Inferi, Ligands, Redidus, and Vocare. And then Master Necromancer has 4, technically 5, active skills in Forancer, Howler Summoning, Command Monsters, Sakare, and the Curse Blade Sakare creates. Tomeless is another thing we can add on. It doesn't add any actives, but it opens up more stuff for us to fill our inventory with. With Tomeless, we can actually run a weapon, and the best one for this is Dagger, because the base class gives 5 actives, one of the most a single class has. While we're on the topic of classes, there's only one subclass that actually works with this. Since every other subclass only has passives, Bard is actually the best subclass since both songs are active skills. The last thing we can tack on is our Edict. We're using Blade Master. Would it be a pain to get? Yeah, it would be a pain to get, but it has the most actives out of every single Edict. Verdo, the Spirit Weapon, and Volnir fill another 3 slots. This brings the total to 22 inventory slots filled, but this is just the tip of the iceberg. Now, it's very important why I picked a mage class. I picked Necromancer not only because it has the most skills as a mage, I picked Necromancer not only because it has the most skills, but it has access to God spells and Tenebris. This brings me to the next section, spells. In addition to the spells Ignis, Geldus, Verbus, Sagittosol, Celeritas, Nocer, Armis, Trixus, Velos, Scrupus, Trahir, Shrieker Summoning, and Talorum, you have different god spells and artifact spells. Gate, Snarvener, Fimble, Manus, Hapa, and Pergutines add on to this total. Oh, and Tenebris, which Necro only has access to. This adds 19 more items to the inventory, bringing the total to 42. We're not done with spells yet, but we'll come back to it later. Now it's time for the biggest increase, items. Every single trinket takes up an item slot, so having every single one, which includes the Goblet, Old Ring, Old Amulet, Ring, Amulet, Idol of the Forgotten, Opal, Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, Diamond, and question mark, it increases the total to 54. But trinkets aren't the only items you can pick up. There are so many ingredients you can get in this game, and so many potions you can make with them. Acornlight, Bloodthorn, Canewood, Creely, Crownflower, Desert Mist, Direflower, Evo Flower, Free Leaf, Frost Princess, Glow Shroom, Ice Jar, Lava Flower, Moss Plant, Orchard Leaf, Paria Shroom, Polar Plant, Potato, Scroom, Snow Shroom, Strange Tentacle, Tailbloom, Tro, Uncanny Tentacle, Vile Seed, and Zombie Shroom are all ingredients you can pick up and add a whopping 27 to the total, bringing it up to 71 slots filled. I did that in one fucking take, oh my god. But with most of these ingredients, you can make potions. These potions include Bone Grow, Fire Protection, Switch Witch, Tespian Elixir, Silver Sun, Lord's Bane, Liquid Wisdom, Ice Protection, Health Potion, King's Bane, Feather Feet, Shifting Serum, Liquid Locks, and Transfiguring Elixir. These potions bring the total to 85. But there's still more we can add on. All mushroom ingredients, except for Trout, can be cooked, giving an additional 5 to the total. Monster drops also count towards the total. Curse Tag, Evil Eye, Howler Fang, Serpent Fang, Shrieker Eye, and Shrieker Heart increase the total to 96. Now, I'm almost at 100 slots filled, but what else could I even add? Subclass items. Blacksmith and Chef can make different items, and this is why we went Bard. Blacksmith can get raw copper, tin, iron, and mithril, make it into ingots, filling 8 more slots. But Blacksmith can make 9 different weapons. Bronze daggers, spears, and swords, steel daggers, spears, and swords, and mithril daggers, spears, and swords. Throw in a pickaxe, and that's 18 different items just from Blacksmith. Chef doesn't have as many unique items, as it only gives 7 items of meat, tasty meat, savory meat, delicious meat, mouth-watering meat, uncooked meat, and the frying pan. I said meat way too many times there. Ugh. And now just from subclasses, 25 more item slots are filled, bringing the total to 121 total items. Now, there aren't a whole lot of like regular items to add, but there are just a few that don't really fit their own category, like sigil helm, regular cowl, torch, turnip, wooden chair, strange feather, dye packet, weird rock, and phoenix down. Altogether, they bring the total to 130. And you know how I said this isn't realistic to do? And all of this is theoretical? This part is why. Now, you remember how I said you needed every single spell? That includes event spells. Might as well go over every event item while we're here. For the event spells, you need Nostifaris, Gordus, Vasquez, Dulciferus, Vernivis, Varacious, Ingelti, and Zindius. We're not done with event items yet though. Every event has a unique currency you can pick up. This includes every candy color, red, blue, green, orange, white, and black, ornaments, idols of war, and sunshine. Some events also have other items you can use to get other rewards like marshmallows, chocolate, fishing rod, and scary masks. Every event has its own series of cowls and chairs. For cowls, there's the purple, orange, red, circus, green, pink, cyan, water, and sun cowls. I'm sorry for you guys. For chairs, you have pumpkin chair, jack-o'-lantern chairs, orange, purple, green, white, black, red, haunted chair, harvest lord's throne, 2023 firework chair, 2024 firework chairs, red, green, and blue, ice chair, ice throne, ornament chair, present chair, rogueman chair, shifting ornament chair, Caspa's chair, banner of Solon, daybreak chair, banner of Ultum, spire chair, banner of Ardor, dusk chair, relaxation chair, sunflower chair, and finally the rainy day chair. Why are there so many chairs? And that's it for event items, since weapons and spell reskins don't take up any space. In total, you can have 58 event items fill your inventory, which brings the total to 188. But we're still not done with spells. Now you need every single scroll, and I mean every single scroll. This means not only do you need all the regular spell scrolls, including Thimble Mass, which is 11 total scrolls, you also need the Shrieker Summoning Scroll, and then you need to roll for the Snarf Scroll, Hoppa Scroll, and Percutine Scroll again after using them. But there is a small problem here. You cannot hold Talorum, Trahir, and an Ice Essence at the same time. The game won't let you pick up one or the other if you're holding one of them, under normal circumstances. And this is possibly the most time-consuming part. The only way to do this is to bypass this rule through Spell Gacha. And you can actually do a few bypasses beforehand to maximize your item slots, like getting the Bucket Helm and regular cowl before getting Sigil Helm and any of the event cowls. And then you gotta do something very risky, which is another bypass, holding 2 artifacts at the same time. You can do this by getting 2 different artifacts, Lannis and White Kings, for example. You can store the Lannis in the bank, and then you can pick up a White Kings somewhere. I don't care where, just get one. And then you can take the Lannis out of the bank, and you'll be able to hold both the Lannis and White Kings at the same time. All that's left to do is to roll Spell Gacha until you get an Ice Essence, Scroll of Talorum, and a Scroll of Trahir. All of these spells and bypass items add 22 more item slots to our inventory, bringing the final total to 210 possible items you can fill your inventory with, which is absolutely insane. Also, before anyone comments anything about saying, oh, there's more items in K. No, there aren't. Going to K actually kills your inventory. Most of your potions and ingredients get deleted because they just don't exist in K. You're stupid for thinking that. Anyways, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. If anyone actually does this and fill their inventory up and sends me real proof of this, I don't fucking know. I'll give you an MA. Anyways, like and subscribe for more shizzle rants, I guess.